So what I can gather so far from the game of Wuthering Waves is that each character is very unique in their gameplay, their fighting style, and I expect nothing less from a developer like Hero Games coming from Punishing Grey Raven. But there's one character in particular that in today's video I wanted to do a full breakdown for, because this is a character that I plan on maining day one if I'm able to obtain her, because of her uniqueness, because of her complexity. And if you plan on maining her, hopefully this video helps for you to get a better understanding of how she plays, as well as be able to maybe notice some things you might have missed out on beforehand. So we're going to do a full breakdown, and then afterwards we're going to see this character in real time in a boss fight that should be pretty epic. So I hope you enjoy this video. But before we jump into it, a massive shout out to Phantom Locks for providing me the video to break this character down. And then a massive shout out to Reflect Noah for the boss fight. So I implore you, head over to their channel. I'll leave it linked in the description down below. Show them some love. Go ahead and subscribe. Thank you so much for all of your support here on the channel as well. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So this character is SHANHUA, and if I mispronounce, I do truly apologize. This character is complex. I think there's going to be a skill gap here, and that is what really intrigues me about her. And not only that, her character design is off the charts. She looks fantastic. But let's go ahead and jump into the first part, which is her basic attack string. This character does have a 5 basic attack string, which looks beautiful. I love the way that she attacks, the fluidity, and then the spinning of the sword is just a nice cherry on top, a chef's kiss, right? Now, one thing to notice is that after her 5th basic attack, there's a bar above her health. And this is pretty unique with her, but also other characters may have this as well. But this bar after the 5th basic attack does start to fill up. And we'll go more into detail about that here in just a second, because this is extremely important. But she starts out with 2, and then after the 5th basic attack, she then obtains 6. But like I mentioned, we'll get more into detail here in just a second about that. Now there is the skill, and you can see, just like with the 5th basic attack, with the skill, which is on a 10-second cooldown, the bar fills up. So it goes from 2, which she starts out with, and then once she does the skill, it fills up to 6. She does appear to be obviously an ice or cryo user. The skill looks great. So here you can see, before she does anything, you can see 2 above her health bar. Now she does the skill, and now you can see that that filled up to 6, right? The skill has some pretty nice range to it. The cooldown is probably a little bit longer than I would like it to be because of how the skill is. It's not, you know, the most oppressive thing that you would see in the game, but nonetheless, it's a technical test, right? We can't harp on it too much. Now here is the ultimate, which looks fantastic, by the way, and the ultimate as well fills this bar up. And it appears to be on a 22 or a 23-second cooldown. Whenever the bar fills up to 6 or 8, however it may be, it is on a timer. So when it fills up the first time to 6, I believe it's on a 5-second timer. And then if you have more than 6, so if you have like 8 on a 2-second cooldown, if I'm not mistaken, before it goes back down all the way to 2, you have to use it within a certain time period. Now you can see that this character is going into charge attacks. Now the charge attacks are important because there's this bar right here on the left hand side. When you do the charge attacks, it appears that you can actually hold it down, and what you're going to want to do is time it perfectly to line up with the blue bar and to nail it right on the blue bar, because if you do, you go into a different charge attack animation that I can only imagine does more damage. And that's what's going to separate good players using this character to individuals that are not used to maybe playing her, right? But you can see the charge attacks, and then when nailed right on the blue, you can see that different animation within the charge attack. There you go, right there, displayed perfectly. But as you can see, now we have more blue bars to work with. This means obviously it's going to be easier to do those charge attacks. I think the way you're going to want to play this character the most optimally is to be able to do your 5 attack string, do your skill, so that way you have as many bars as possible, and then go into your charge attacks. If you have your ultimate ready, maybe go into your ultimate. Now, without having hands-on experience with this character, I can't say for sure, and without being able to see the full kit breakdown, I'm not entirely sure if that's going to be the most advantageous way to go about it, because I'm not sure exactly what the ultimate and the skills do per se. Like if there's a slow, if there's ignore interruption, things of that nature. I'm not too sure, or if it stacks when you do the skill and the ultimate. So depending on how the kit is actually broken down may determine what's the best way to go about playing this character. But from what I can see so far just from this clip is that doing the 5 basic attack string in its entirety, so that way you get 6 bars, and then doing the skill so you get 10 bars, and then possibly the ultimate so you can get 12. So that way you can then go right into charge attacks because you have much more wiggle room to play with and less opportunities to fail those charge attacks. So I think that's going to be the most advantageous way to play this character, and that's where that skill gap is going to come into play. So you do the 5 basic attack strings, elemental skill, you have much more leadway to be able to nail those bars in between and be able to get those charge attacks, so you could probably do the max amount of damage. So this character looks tons of fun, and I think that's the reason why I want to main this character, is because of the complexity and being able to really have to use your brain and not just mindlessly mash buttons, right? And that's just really intriguing in my opinion. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump over to that boss fight now. All right, so now we're here at the boss fight. Once again, a massive shout out to Reflect Noah for this video. Let's go ahead and jump straight into it. And this is one of the most epic bosses that I have ever seen. Ghost Rider in the flesh right there. Absolutely fantastic. So you can see Noah had 6 bars right there, switched out, which is perfectly fine. We'll see her switch back in here in just a second. There she goes, right into the ultimate. So now we have how many bars really quickly? We have 10 bars, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it looks like we have 10 bars. So now Noah has probably the max amount of bars that you can have is 10. So that way he can go and charge attack with, you know, not really being too worried about it. So charge attacks, but you can see it's on a very short cooldown with those bars. So you got to make sure you're taking full advantage of those bars as soon as possible. Just charge attack right away, not even worrying about it. Right back into our character. Looks like they had 4 bars when they QTE'd in, which is really cool. So you probably get some bars when you QTE into the character as well. That's always going to be useful because you can switch right in and go right into charge attack. So elemental skill, and it went away really quickly. So yeah, if you're gonna pop the elemental skill, you're gonna want to make sure you charge attack right away, so that way you're taking full advantage of having those bars filled up. Not bad at all. And how epic is this boss fight? So max bars right here, charge attack, nailed it, but then it went away. So you got to be quick with it. But that's where that skill gap is going to come into play. That's where really mastering this character is going to be, I think, rewarding, because if you can probably master this character and get the gameplay down packed, here goes the ultimate, you're probably going to be able to do a lot of damage. I have a feeling, once again, without having hands-on experience, I don't know for sure, but I cannot wait to be able to actually try. So there we go, right in, very nice, good damage. Do the 5 basic attack string, switch out. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Man, this looks epic. This looks so much fun. I cannot wait. Right in, there we go. Popping the skills off. Max bars, charge attack, very nice. Very nice. And looks like a really, you know, switch in, switch out type of play style, which is fantastic, right? Very fast pace. Switch in, do your skill. If you have your ultimate, do your ultimate. Get a charge attack or 2 in if you're able to. There we go. Ultimate. Right in there. Nice. And the distance that you cover is great, right? You're able to be far away from the enemy, but charge attack in. You have that distance to play with. I like that a lot. There we go. Okay, didn't get the charge attack. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult to master this character in combat because it's chaotic. There's a lot going on. No pun intended. Massive shout out to the homie. There's a lot happening. So to be able to focus on your basic attacks, focus on the enemy's attacks, dodging at the perfect time, parrying if you're looking to do that, but also when you charge attack, nailing it right on that blue bar, it's going to be a sight to behold for anybody that can master that character and be able to play them skillfully. You're going to be able to see the difference between an individual that mastered this character and an individual that maybe just got the character for the first time and is, you know, not used to playing them. You're going to be able to see the difference between the two. Shout out to Chaotic right there, the homie. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, or this video, excuse me, and hopefully this breakdown helped. Hopefully you have a little more insight on this character. And this is not just this character. Every character in this game is unique, like I mentioned before in this video. That's what makes this game so exciting and intriguing and has so much potential. I'm telling you guys, this game is way more complex than just button mashing and, you know, just popping off skills. There's little tiny techniques with each character that you need to master and get down packed if you plan on maining them or using them to their fullest ability. And once again, that is there. I didn't expect anything less from a developer like Hero Games, coming from Punishing Gray Raven, where they have that same mechanic and features in Punishing Gray Raven, where every character is unique and the whole orb system is in a setup in a way to where you need to ping those orbs in a specific order to be able to optimize the character's playstyle. This appears to be implementing something very similar, just in a different way or fashion, right? Anyways, if you cannot tell that I'm passionate about this game and excited, I don't know what to tell you. I really am, and I want to keep you tapped into everything Wuthering Waves. So I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, drop a like and sub if you're new for more Wuthering Waves content, as we'll keep you tapped in for everything, and we'll be doing full breakdowns, guides, heightenedness, content fun, right? Anyways, I appreciate you guys so much. Have a great day. Remember to stand out, be different, have fun, go further beyond in everything that you do. My name is Cody. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.